All right, a few minutes late. I'm live. I will see if anybody else comes on. If there's any night owls, people in a different country. I will give it 5 minutes if nobody comes on. And I am going off. Hello. Hold on. I'm going to see if I can get my chat going. Oop. Somebody was on. Now they're off. Hi, Pat. How are you? Sorry, I'm on my phone. I usually have my laptop up, so like I'm still getting used to the chat with just the phone. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to do a chit, like unwind if anybody was up and bored. Everybody can talk about how their phone went. Yeah, I use my phone too for my lives, but I usually have like my laptop up so that way I can see the chat easier with the phone, because like on the phone, like the chat like it disappears. I don't know, but I watched your video on Mesopotamia, and I actually really like that because that's one of the things that got me started on my path, was actually learning about ancient Mesopotamia and Sumeria and the Anunnaki. Yeah, because like the chat comes up on my phone, but like it keeps disappearing, so I have to keep like touching it. Yeah, I hope so. Just because I couldn't remember like what your name was on Facebook. But I will be available. Do you know like what time you're gonna be going live next Saturday? Okay, I'll keep an eye out in the group on like in the post for a notification that you commented on it. Okay, yeah, I should be able to make it. It just depends on what we have going on here at the house. No. Where did the chat go? There we go. I don't see, the chat keeps disappearing. Google needs to figure out a better way to do the live chat. Like in Facebook, like it constantly stays up if you're live on Facebook. I know, right? Nothing about YouTube makes sense. I tried going live on my laptop, this past weekend and it wasn't working. Like it took me to some YouTube live stream beta thing and it kept wanting like a third party streaming service for me to go live. And like apparently I was live, but I couldn't like see the screen because it was still wanting that information and it was telling me that I couldn't go live, but I was still going live while that was going on. So I just used my phone for the lives. I don't know, but they need a and they need to update the app on your phone to where you can change your thumbnail for your videos. That would be really great. Uh, yeah, I don't get how it's so different like from the app to the website on the computer. That's why I just did the lives on my phone because I didn't feel like doing a pre-recorded video because it also and I didn't care like how many people are on just because I was just doing the live because I didn't want to do a pre-recorded video because it takes YouTube forever to upload a pre-recorded video on your phone and on the laptop. On my phone, it can take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour. And I downloaded a video one time on my computer and it took YouTube 8 hours to upload a video that was only like 30 minutes long. Yeah, but how was your weekend? I don't know, because we didn't really do much. I still need to do my ritual for Ostera. We got eggs to dye, and we haven't really done that yet. Because we've literally been too tired. But we got real eggs and we got the fake eggs. Just because the fake eggs will they'll last longer and I don't have to like eat them in like a couple of days. Well, if you need to go, you can go. Because I think you're the only one on right now. Because I haven't gotten any new stuff recently. I have a new tarot deck and a book coming on Tuesday, and I might go live for the unboxing on Tuesday, and I might go do some thrifty shopping tomorrow and see if I can get anything. Yeah, because I didn't know if anybody was going to be up or not, because I know all of us were all in different time zones and regions. So right now for some people it's really late, and other people it's early in the morning or in the middle of the day. I don't know, what deck did you get? Yeah, it's like 1 a.m. here, I think. Yeah, because I got the Witch's Familiar Tarot deck because I was looking for something that worked better with my Oracle decks that I have. And I also got a tarot journal. To like write stuff in to help me learn tarot a little bit better. I'll have to look at her videos to see if it's in there, just because like some of the tarot decks I've seen unboxings of I liked, but I wanted something that was like really unique that I haven't really seen like a lot of people that have had it. Okay, yeah, I'll have to look at that when I get off of the live, because I have like 2 or 3 tarot decks that I want to get. I think the next one I'm going to get is going to be the Animal Wisdom tarot deck, just because I really like the cards. And then there is a Mermaid tarot deck that I really like, but I'm a Pisces, so that's why I want to get it. And there was another one that I wanted to get. I think it was like the Terra del Nuit or something like that, and like just the little pictures of the cards that they had in the ad, it looked really pretty. But I researched it more, and like the cards don't make sense at all. Like there's no like general flow with them, and a lot of the images in the cards they actually took from movies and stuff. So there's also a plagiarizing issue with the tarot deck. Yeah. Yeah, I have my Oracle deck right here. This one, it's a deity deck, and it has Hindu, Christian, Celtic, Native American cards, and then my other Oracle deck is a horse Oracle deck, which is actually really neat. If you haven't watched my video where I did an unboxing on it, let's see if I can. Yeah, I just did that because I noticed in some of my videos that I did it. I guess it's more noticeable for me than others, but I'm going to turn my phone around. Yeah, and this is my other Oracle deck. that I have, but it has I don't know if you can see that, but yeah. So this is that one. Have you ever seen the cards in the Keepers of the Light Oracle deck? Yeah. That's why I got it. I actually have 3 horses, but there's actually not many horse tarot card decks. I found one on Etsy and it was like $50, but I didn't really like jive with the art on it. Like I thought it was pretty, but the art, it wasn't me. So that's why I didn't get it. But yeah, but there's literally like no just plain Oracle decks. I think I got this for $28 or $30, I think. And it has a really nice hardback book with it too. But let me just pull out some of the cards from this because it has a good book with it. But the art on this is really good. I'm going to turn my phone back around because it's going to be easier for me to flip through it. So like it has Michael the Archangel, it has Brigitte, Cernunnos, and it has Charity, Diana. I think he was a Dalai Lama. So some of these were actual real people who I guess like in a Christian way would be considered faith. And like there's Freya. There's Gaia. The Green Terror, she was actually a female Buddha. Holy Amethyst. So some of these are Christian elements. There's Horus, Isis, Joan of Arc, Kali Ma, Krishna. Like this guy was actually a real person. He was, I guess, sort of like a prophet. Lady Nada, Lady Portia. So some of these people were, they were real, and some of them are deities. There's Venus, Ganesh, Shiva, Mahavatar, Babaji. I think I said that right. Mary Magdalene, Master Buddha, Jesus. I don't know how to pronounce that. Mercury, Odin, Paul the Venetian, Kuan Yin, who was a Chinese deity, I believe, Radha, Saint Germain, Sanat Kumara, who was an intellectual, I believe, another Egyptian god, the Holy Spirit, again, Christian, the Miriam, the Shekinah, and then the White Eagle. Yeah, so this deck is pretty inclusive, and the art on it is really good. Yeah, and I think this one was $18, and I got it on Amazon with free shipping. That's where I got this too. All of my decks I have gotten from Amazon except for 2. Yeah. I think I got all my decks on Amazon except for 2 I got from stores. I got one from a metaphysical shop, which was like $30. Or no, I got one from Barnes and Noble. No. I got my runes from Barnes and Noble. I got my one tarot deck from a metaphysical shop. That was $30. And then I got my other tarot deck from another metaphysical shop. It was $18. It was the White Sage Tarot. Yeah, this one, it's Keepers of the Light by Kyle Gray. And then this one is called The Way of the Horse. And I really, really like this box. Yeah, Amazon has a lot of good decks. They do have a lot. So, like, if you don't know what you're looking for, and you just go looking for tarot decks, it can be a little mind-boggling with all the decks that they have. Because that was the issue I was having last night. I was like, oh my god, there's so many. I don't know which ones I want to get. And I just kept looking and I found those 3. And then I found The Witch's Familiar, which just some of the cards that I found, I really, really like them. Just because it does kind of follow the Rider-Waite tarot format, but like where it has the major arcana and the minor, but the symbolism, like it's not like you have the Empress and all that other stuff. It's like different animals are the arcana. So like I think the horse is one, the raven is another, and then another is like the wolf, I believe. So it's just more on the correspondences of the animal is what they base the deck on. To get your readings, but I'm really excited to get the tarot journal just because I think it'll help me understand tarot a little bit better. But I know it's probably a little after 10. If you need to get off, you can get off. Hi, Lanaya. Yes, we should. I'm good. How are you, Lanaya? Yeah, Pat, I will. And I actually can because I'm an admin. I'll just have to message everybody else when they're awake and see what their thoughts are, and maybe we can start a thread just so that way people can go there and like look and see some tarot decks and actually get people's opinions on them. Hey, Lanaya, so I was just talking to Pat about some tarot decks, and I was showing him 2 of my oracle decks that I have that I bought a tarot deck that will correspond with them better than the other decks that I have, so I can use them together. Because I have a deity oracle deck, and then I have a horse oracle deck that uses different pictures of horses to represent different things of the spirit. So if you haven't ever seen these cards before, I can do a flip through of them. But this was the one oracle deck, Keepers of the Light. And this is the other oracle deck, the Way of the Horse. And I got both of these on Amazon. They were fairly cheap. I think this one was $18 and this one was either $20 or $25, but it has, yeah, but this one I can understand being $25 because it actually has a hardback book. No, I've had these. But the only reason that I got The Way of the Horse from Amazon was because I thought I got it from thrift books for like $15 because it said it was the whole deck, but the only thing I got was the book. So I kind of need the cards to go with the books. That way I actually know what I'm working with. But hey, at least I have 2 books if one gets messed up. And I can actually use the other book and make it a Book of Shadows if I want to. Which I might actually do that. But we'll see. Just because I've been watching like a lot of DIY stuff on how to make your own Book of Shadows with other things like how to make a junk journal or how to take a book and paint the pages, or you can take a book and then like tape or glue stuff in over the pages. No, I actually don't follow her on YouTube. I have never watched any of her videos. Yeah, I watched Tangerine. That's where I got the one DIY thought from. Was watching her lives about painting like the pages in the books. I actually got a book for that, and then I got a copy of Shannara that I actually took it apart. Yeah, I don't really know anything about tarot, so I don't feel comfortable with making my own tarot deck. Yeah, but I actually bought a copy of Shannara and I took it apart. And I have some cardstock paper, and I'm going to like make a junk journal out of it, and I'm going to put some of the leaflets, or I forget what they call them, the pages that are bound together. I'm going to use some of those and put back in, and then I'm going to take like some cardstock and put over it and then add some things in and just leave some of the pages so there's like the writing. From the book, just because I remember watching Shannara and I actually really liked it, because I was upset when Once Upon a Time got canceled, and I was looking for something else. Oh no, well that's good you're using your mom's old recipe book. Was it something that she wrote in herself, or was it like a printed book that she followed for her recipes? That's good. My mom has a lot of recipes. She actually has a recipe book that was my great grandmother's that was printed, but like my great grandmother like wrote in lines of the pages, but I don't think I could make that into a book of shadows just because it has her handwriting in it. A $60, that was a lot of money back then. Because I think for some people that was like a day's wage, because I think like minimum wage back then was like, it was like $2 an hour. So that was like, I mean, if you were making minimum wage, that was a couple days worth of pay. So that was a lot of money. Yeah, I love big books. My new book that I got, it's actually a sketchbook that I got off of Amazon because I found I like using those. I think it was $30, but it's 600 pages, so it's like that thick. And then it's 11 and a half inches by 14 and a half, I think. So it's really big, but I'm going to make that one like my detailed book. And then I have a smaller book that I'm just making like a short reference book where I'm just going to have like basic stuff where I can flip through really quick and find things that I need if I need them really quick. Yeah. Oh, you got the same one? Okay. Sorry, I'm using my phone, so my chat keeps disappearing. All right, I'm just going to switch the camera around really quick and bring the chat back up. Yeah, so this is my little book that I'm just gluing stuff in to and handwriting when I feel like it. So I just print stuff out and glue it in there. And this is the big boy. Is this the one that you got? Yeah, I know. I love it, but it lays out really nice though. Yeah, well, I knew it was that big because I actually the reason I got this was I watched somebody's video on how to make a book of shadows, and they had this book. And they actually showed a link on how to wrap it in fabric that is actually pretty easy. And then I have all my cardstock that I'm gonna put in here. So, but this one is gonna be the more work, where I write everything out. Yeah, I kind of overtook our living room with my crafting stuff because I'm scared to go into the basement by myself. It's really creepy down there. Yeah, but it took me a while to actually put stuff in my other book because at first I only had like, I think like 6 pages done. Just because of other books that I've seen and other people saying, well, like, if you print stuff out or if it's like artistic and if it doesn't have that aesthetic, then it's not a legit book of shadows. And I just kind of like let go of that. And I was like, I don't care. I'm just going to put whatever I want in it because it's my book. And if I print something out, then I print something out because I'm going to be the only one that uses it. Yeah. And I got over that. But I think a lot of witches, like when they're first starting out, they do that. But then I think everybody has like that one book where you like really want to actually do well at it and like try your hand at like doing like the crafting and the artsy type stuff. So, but like in the big book, I found a bunch of pages on Pinterest for like zodiac signs and crystals and herbs. And I'm actually going to print all those out and glue them into that big book just because I like the aesthetic of those pages. And I know it's something that I could never do, and it's kind of what I want in my book. I mean, and then there's other stuff that I'm going to handwrite. Like in my smaller book, I took a Sharpie and I drew all the moon phases. I screwed them up, but I don't care if I screw it up or not because I know what it is. Oh yeah, so you've been practicing for a while. Yeah, I've only been practicing what I call legitly for like the past like 7 months. Because like I've always been interested in the craft, but because I was younger and didn't have any money to get started and living in my parents' house, it was kind of like I had to follow their rules, and I didn't want to seem disrespectful with some stuff, and I didn't like want to cause any issues just because I didn't know how they felt about it. So, but now I don't care. I'm 30. Live with my fiance who is really supportive of the craft. Yeah, which I think I said something to her about it when I was interested in it, and I don't really remember what she told me. Like I can't remember if they were okay with it or not, just because I remember like I said something to my mom about, because I was like trying to find what religion I wanted to be in, and I was like talking to her about different things, and she was like, well, you can decide when you're old enough to drive yourself, or like when you get to this age. So because she said I'm not like driving you everywhere if you can't decide on what you want to do. But I don't really remember. Yeah, I don't really remember what she said about that, but I'm more of a Celtic witch, and my mom is very close to our Celtic roots. Even though we also have Nordic and well, I have North African. I have North African and Native American, Middle Eastern. So I kind of connect with and work with deities and all those pantheons. But my mom has Nordic and Celtic and Germanic in her, but she connects more with like the Celtic side. So like they do celebrate like old different Celtic things. So I'm just like trying to figure out if I can explain it to her in a way, like, you know, saying that like I'm a pagan, but I just not telling her that I'm eclectic, but just putting it in simple terms, but saying that I follow like the old Celtic religions, like pre-Christianity. Because that might be easier to explain it to her than just saying, oh, I'm a witch. If that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, just because they, like, my mom has Celtic symbols and stuff, all over the house that are like the Celtic knots and the designs and things like that aren't pre-Christian, but that the Irish Catholic Church just decided to adopt because the Celts weren't going to let go of their heritage that easily. Because that's why a lot of Celtic gods and goddesses now are saints. Like Brigitte. Yeah, it just goes on to like how Christianity things in it are more pagan than actually Christian, which I actually kind of touched on that in a couple of my other videos that I have done, like in my video where I talked about how I came on my pagan path and where I talked about Christian witches, and then I kind of did a piggyback video right after the Christian witch video. So, all right, Linnea. I think I'm gonna get off here and get something to eat because I don't like eating when I'm doing my live videos. Nice to meet you too. I should be hopefully going live tomorrow and Tuesday because I'm getting a new tarot deck on Tuesday and a journal. So I want to do like a live unboxing of my new tarot deck that I got. Have a good night. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what time. I'm going to do it probably before 8 p.m. I'm going to be doing it before 8 p.m. But if you don't catch it, it'll be on replay, but my